They say a woman can keep a secret better than any man, but let me tell you something. Her body never lies. I learned that the hard way, and what I'm about to share with you isn't from a textbook or psychology class. It's from real life, my life. My name is Daniel. I'm 42 years old, married for almost 15 years. We had what I thought was a normal marriage, not perfect, of course, but steady. 2 kids, a home in the suburbs, Friday pizza nights, summer vacations. I used to look at my wife, Laura, and think, she's my person, my safe place. But little did I know she had become a stranger living under the same roof. It started small, almost invisible. The first sign? Distance. She used to talk to me about everything, her day, her frustrations, the silly things she read online. Suddenly, silence. She'd come home from work, pour herself a glass of wine, and spend hours on her phone. At first, I told myself, she's just tired. But deep down, I felt it, that wall growing between us. The second sign? Change in intimacy. And listen carefully, because this is one of the clearest signals. In bed, she was different, not in a good way, not in an exciting way, but in a way that felt rehearsed, mechanical, either too distant or suddenly overcompensating, as if she was trying to cover something up. Psychologists say when a woman cheats, her intimacy with you either disappears completely or suddenly feels unnatural. I didn't need a psychology degree to feel it. Then came the secrets, passwords on her phone, turning the screen away when I walked into the room, late nights at the office, new clothes that she claimed were on sale. I asked myself, am I paranoid, or am I finally seeing what's been in front of me all along? The fourth sign? Emotional absence. One night our youngest had a fever. I was holding our son, worried sick, and she barely looked up from her phone. The woman who once cried watching commercials now seemed completely numb. Her mind was somewhere else, or with someone else. The breaking point came on a Saturday morning. She said she was going shopping with a friend, but I noticed something. She had put on perfume, the kind she used to wear only on special dates with me. She stood in front of the mirror longer than usual, fixing her hair, smiling at her own reflection. And that was the fifth and final sign. She stopped dressing for me. She started dressing for someone else. My heart sank. I knew, but I needed proof. So I did something I never thought I would do. I followed her. I watched as she drove not to the mall, not to a friend's house, but to a little cafe downtown. And then I saw him, a man leaning over the table, laughing with her, his hand brushing hers. Time stopped. My stomach dropped. I wanted to burst in, to scream, to demand answers. But instead, I just stood there on the sidewalk, invisible, watching the life I thought I had built crumble in front of me. That night she came home, smiling like nothing happened. She kissed me on the cheek, asked about dinner as if she hadn't just betrayed our marriage hours before. I didn't confront her immediately. I waited. I studied her, and the more I watched, the clearer it became. She had already left me emotionally. Her body was still in our house, but her soul, her loyalty, belonged to someone else. When I finally confronted her, she denied it at first. Tears, excuses, gaslighting. You're imagining things. You don't trust me. You're crazy. But when I told her I had seen them together, the fight drained out of her. She looked at me with cold eyes and whispered, "Maybe I just needed something you couldn't give me anymore." Those words cut deeper than the affair itself. I wish I could tell you we fixed things, that therapy saved us, that love conquered betrayal. But the truth? We divorced 6 months later, and here's what I learned, the hard way. A cheating woman doesn't always confess, but she leaves signs. Always. She grows distant, her intimacy changes, secrets multiply, her emotions fade, and eventually, she stops dressing for you and starts dressing for someone else. If you notice these signs, don't ignore them. Don't gaslight yourself into believing it's all in your head, because I did, and it cost me my marriage. But here's the twist. Today, years later, I've made peace with it. Stoicism taught me something important. We can't control others, only ourselves. I couldn't control her choices, but I could control how I responded. And I chose to rebuild, to forgive myself, and to live without bitterness. So if you're listening to this, remember, don't be blind to the truth. And when you see the signs, have the courage to face them. Because sometimes, the hardest truth is the one that sets you free.